Welcome back, 5 Aces.
Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here. Let the misadventures of the Armchair General continue. For today, we've got the second leg of the RAGL Season 13 playoffs. And they're played out between two very familiar faces, also squaring off against each other with mirrored factions and on the map Arena Pastures, which doesn't look too green after all. So, let's intro the players without further ado. The artist formerly known as Blackened, he is now to disassociate himself from the porn industry. He has changed his name to Reddened. Yup. The artist formerly known as Blackened, and his opponent, Unano, aka Maceman, aka he's got plenty of Smurf names. Both very good and established players, and I think Yunano has been around forever. He has, as far as I can remember, I think he's been in the community for longer than I've been, so that says a lot. Considering I started casting in 2015 and I've been playing the game at that point of playing the game I think for up to 3 years already. So yeah, that was quite the extended run that he's had, and he's back where he belongs, I guess, in Masters tier. And starting out with a double refinery opener, Blackened going for an early war factory, and keeping a medic on standby. Alright, that's probably not the most efficient thing you can do. You know, especially in the face of Grand Rush or something. I heard a dog die somewhere along the lines. No, it's that allied mirror. Just sounded like it. What's the sound clip of a dog dying though, or am I going crazy here? Probably the latter. Am I hearing things? It's the OpenRA caster's curse. Okay, pretty greedy a route from Yunano, not really protecting his engineer, but he can get away with it because there is no double refinery in sight. This is an early light tank out from Blackened, and let's make it 2. Okay, this is a full-on cheese build. What are you going to accomplish on this map against a double refinery? I fear nothing. Nothing of value, because there is 3 rockets in the blob already, and as soon as he has any line of sight and contact established here, yeah, the rockets are just gonna blast away at the tank. Second harvester has been purchased, and by harvester I mean second refinery, so the refinery timings are all gonna be messed up here, and Blackened has nothing. He's going tanks and medics, what a combination. Patch up the tank driver as soon as he's popping his face out of the turret, I guess. Alright, here come the scouts. The good old scouting division. I'm gonna run headfirst into a rifle though, so rip. Okay, first contact. I honestly can't see this game going anywhere anytime soon. That's a 4 light tank hunting pack. 5th light tank being added. He's probably going for a power raid or something. A power raid doesn't make a power play. I want to make this real clear. Also, if he runs across this scout, let's see. Yeah, he's gonna be within line of sight. And that's gonna result in an immediate pullback. Oh no. Oh no. Not like this. Mission foiled. Yunano's not really reacting though, so there's that. Hello, light tanks. What is he trying to accomplish here? I mean, he's crushed one of them. Oh, the Ranger! That's a cool combination. Ranger can somewhat take care of the... Okay. This was a bit more successful than I thought. There's a general technician here. It's probably... Ooh, the service depot is gonna go down, so this means that there is not gonna be any MCV. MCV timing is gonna be all messed up here. Ranger somehow still alive miraculously, and that's gonna result in a low power situation. Honestly, that was a massive misread from Unano. He saw the 5 light tanks. Yeah, turret, by the way, is not gonna deter this too much because the turret is immobile. So it can only really defend in one place. I mean, this was way more successful than it had any right to be. Simply by virtue of Yunano not reacting in time. He had scouted the 5 light tanks, and he decided to go oil derrick hunting. Little scavenger hunt. Yeah, that is gonna result in him being super behind. A 4K discrepancy. There's also, I presume, yeah, MCV timing is established. And Blackened is doing the smart thing. He is moving out his original MCV. He's got momentum on his side right now, so what he wants to do is press his advantage. Keep on pushing, keep on pressing. Also patching up his tanks, that's just good form. So, despite this build being played into a counter build, it's looking really good for Blackened. I'm just absolutely flabbergasted, but it's mostly off the back of a mistake. Maybe a misread of the situation, yeah. So Unano is going for mass light tanks here as well. He simply, by virtue of necessity, he just needs to bulk up a little, gain some mass. Also, Unano does now not have access to medium tanks for the time being. So this is also going to be a problem. Light tank v light tank, the DPS battle of the ages. And by that I mean just a battle that takes ages. Okay, the light tanks are going in. There's only 2 mediums here, and that's a relatively sizable chunk of armor. Even if it's just light tanks. Yeah, I think that's gonna be enough. Oh, ho, ho! Is that the reverse, the rebound? Yeah, Blackened has split up his forces. He's now playing into Maz Barrack, so that's not really gonna accomplish anything. But he at least shaved off the old Eric. Not worth it, but still some more pressure onto Yunano, who is still floating heavily, by the way. Blackened is also a harvester ahead, so he's doing pretty well there. Yeah, this push was not crowned by success exactly. It's a little bit of infantry coming your way, sir. Oh, gets to establish the base. That's big. If you can now focus fire, yeah, micro down the rocket soldiers. It's gonna be in an okay spot for the time being because all tanks not connecting, not really anyway. All he needs to do is just buy some time, stall for the pillboxes to arrive. Yep, that's more pillboxes to come, and that is the engagement win. Blackened, with an impeccable MCV deployment, gets the win in this engagement. And I think that is actually gonna put Yunnan too far behind. Blackened has got his expansion established, he can now keep on pushing. It's looking very good for him. Oh, rat-a-tat-tat goes the pillbox. Cutting off the forces as well, cutting deep here. For now, the armor lines have disappeared somehow, miraculously. So kind of gone in the blink of an eye. But again, we're gonna have to contest with pillbox spam once more. I think eventually this infantry blob is gonna die to the mass pillboxes. Good lord, what a base push situation. I doubt we're missing any action on the other side of the map, because both players are gonna be real busy for the time being. Yeah. Advancing under the shadows. Oh, so nice. Also the medium tank parking in the refinery pad. Oh. Oh my goodness, the Zook has been tracking for long enough. Yikes. That is the expansion down, and it's looking very good in game number 1 for Blackened. I honestly am flabbergasted that this worked. Oh, is he gonna get the MCV Husk? Starting to look like it. GG is called. No, Husk is timing out just in the nick of time. Alright, that is a very convincing game number 1 from Blackened that he honestly had no business winning, but hey. Sometimes it's how the cookie crumbles, it's how the tank armor crumbles. Right, we're gonna be back in game number 2, and this is game 1 in a series of a best of 5. So there's a lot more to come. See you in a sec.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
What an overture on greener pastures. Once more, we're gonna be finding ourselves here on assault, and we're gonna be treated to a mirror match, or at least a faction mirror match, that is going to be Unano spawning as the Brits and Blackened spawning as Germany. Not that these games tend to go into the late game, both these players relatively push happy. Speaking of happy, haven't heard of him in a while. Oh, also something I wanted to mention, people have asked me to cast my own match against my students. I mean, I may do that just for funsies, but really, the match was not that exciting. You know how bots play? That was a step below that, because these players built literally one harvester each, and neither of them expanded, neither of them teched. They were just spamming pillboxes. And I think over the course of 2 games I got attacked once. That was with only infantry and with no tank. So it wasn't really the most exciting of games. I just wiped the floor clean with them because they didn't have econ and I had more econ than them combined by minute 6. So I don't know, man. But maybe I'll give it a brief gloss over, just for funsies. Right away, we're gonna have double War Factory this time around. So, is it shenanigan time or is it just time for some good old scaling? Hard to tell for now. Is this... No, there is nothing here. This is just a couple tank traps. Reminds me of Mission 3B, I believe, or is it 5B from the Allied campaign, where I don't know how many of you know that. That's a Tanya mission. And you can actually capture a barracks, build an engineer, repair a bridge, and get secret reinforcements. You will get 2 light tanks, and that is something that's completely out of the way and completely hidden. It's basically almost an Easter egg at that point. And with those you can run over the mission, because the mission is designed around Tanya, and light tanks in the original did just barely outrange flame towers by a half cell. So it was super easy to avoid the flame towers and just break the mission in half. Let me know how many of you knew about this secret, because that is something that as a kid I had no idea, and the mission was really hard. And then I revisited it as a teenager, and I accidentally stumbled upon this that was before the time of walkthroughs, keep in mind. Ooh, engineer is going down, thank you, good sir. Yeah, Yunano going for a super greedy route. That's a bit annoying, so his pad is now blocked and he's forced into building a pillbox. He had a phone. Alright. That is not exactly a distinguishing feature in this day and age, but a pillbox is being forced out. That's a bit annoying. Out comes the service depot. That's going to be 5 harvesters into an MCV. Yep. 5th harvester online just now. Super stock standard build. A little bit behind is Blackened here, is only 4 harvesters, but double barracks already, so going for more bulk. I feel against the player who is just scaling, that is a little bit of a waste of time, but hard to call sometimes. It's not exactly peak efficiency, but there is only 15 seconds between those 2 MCVs. And a double War Factory from Unano. Alright, now we're cooking. So what's his plan here? German steel? It's Brits. Oh well. Going mass Cromwells, as the good old Company of Heroes 2 would dictate. That's also something I'm hyped about, by the way. Company of Heroes 3 is releasing relatively soon, and I mean the community feedback has been a little bit mixed, but that's to be expected from a hardcore RTS community with such an established meta and such established players. And keep in mind, Company of Heroes 2 is still has got a relatively large player base. I think it's still one of the most played RTS around the globe, right? I mean, obviously StarCraft 2 would be number 1, simply by virtue of it being the RTS and also it being free, at least the base game. But I think Company of Heroes 2 doesn't rank too far behind it in terms of concurrent player numbers. Expansions established. For now there's an army advantage for Blackened, and that's obviously due to the mass barracks that came online earlier. But double War Factory from Yunano, I kinda dig. Double War Factory Radar Dome. Okay, now we're getting into some really wild territory there. I don't know where this is gonna lead us anymore. Those are uncharted waters. Okay. Keen to see where this is going. I mean, with artilleries, not the biggest fan. This is also very forward radar dome, so I guess just scouting purposes, you know. It's still 1800 on this patch. I think it's gonna get a little discount down to 1500. Blackhawks. Okay, mass mediums, mass Blackhawks. This is a very expensive build to maintain. You're gonna have a somewhat competent army at minute, let's say minute 9 or 10, but until then you're gonna be struggling to keep up with the income. Not sure what to make of this. The first push is probably gonna get scouted by this rifle, but that's just a little dispatch from Blackened. Goes to town on the harvesters already. Man, that's a lot of mediums though. We're up to 7 for now. Tech center. Okay, we've got the entire tech tree complete. That's tech tree bingo. Gotcha. Complete tech tree bingo. I mean, if he manages to get Tanya out in time, there is not going to be any tech response from Blackened. This is honestly not the worst move, considering your opponent has been relatively passive thus far. If your opponent allows you to get away with it, why not? Why wouldn't you, after all? Okay, easy cleanup here on this side. Blackhawk claims its first life. There is double artillery already. Okay, if we get some good force fire in, then this is going to be a pretty good engagement. Artillery is not yet revealed. Bit too close to the rockets. Ooh. Down to 1 Blackhawk already. Blackhawk down. Oh, but the artillery shells are raining in. Tanya is here to support as well. Moral support. Yep, that's the radar dome. Tanya is about to come in. Alright. Oh, she's claiming lives. Tanya and the artillery. What a combination. And the mobile radar jammer as well. Holy smokes. What a way to go out. Oh, he gets the crash though. I mean, not worth it, but still. Just to send a message. Yeah, that was a bit of a slaughter. Okay, Unano's definitely got a distinct advantage for now. He may be going for a second Tanya, I hope. Would probably be the most prudent choice here. Also, I love the mobile radar jammer, just invalidates half of the army here. Really though, is he pushing for the win already? I mean, there's definitely an option. Ooh, the first radar jammer goes down. They're not frontliners. You have to keep them somewhat protected. But he still deflected a lot of missiles here. So I think at the end of the day that was pretty okay. Yep, there is 1 artillery here. He's trying to crash land, but there's no more rockets remaining. RIP. That was a good hit. Tanya is back in town. Sell order on the war factory. That was the secondary war factory though. So let's see if Yunano plays this better than Anju did, because Anju last week just completely oblivious to refineries, did just leave them alone all day, and that led to him being in a terrible spot. Okay, the counter helipad and the counter radar dome are out. Yep, more Blackhawks, huh? Oh no, rip Tanya. Good fight, good night. Yep, that's it from Tanya this time around. Yunano doesn't have an army anymore. How could this have happened? What an awkward game here. Neither players really have an army, but... Okay, satellite has been launched. There is also 3 mediums from Unano raiding the backlines. That was good. Killed off at least 1 of the harvesters. He's gonna have access to the satellite for 1 minute now, so let's see his vision. Yeah, he sees that there is not really anything in the way of resistance. That's pretty good. So the mining here has been denied. 2 tanks have been split off yet again. Probably gonna be merging with this army. Yeah, that's a good call. And intercepting another harvester. Hell yeah. Ah, there are still more rockets. Okay, he's pushing on this front. Gets the artillery. Oh, there's an anti-air gun. Oh, that was expensive. That one came at a premium.
Satellite terminated.
Satellite is terminated, so No more map hacks for the time being. Still, that was not worth it for Blackened. He could have gotten a lot more damage in there. Ooh, there's the longbow. Okay, a very costly anti-air solution, but an anti-air solution nonetheless. Question is always, is there going to be another anti-air gun ready? I mean, that's the eco-lines. Blackened definitely under a little pressure and calling it. Was he out of this game? Maybe. He lost a lot of econ. Yeah, lost his top mining base as well. So, that puts us at a 1-1. And this series is about to get spicy. We're gonna be seeing each other in Game 3 in just a hot second.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Alright, welcome back. We've got ourselves a little bit of a tiebreaker here. And again, it's a mirror match, this time a Soviet mirror match, more specifically Russia. Okay, is there a chance of Tesla tanks? I doubt it, but last game just showed us that you never say never. Unano definitely has got a couple tricks up his sleeve. So, this has a gem mine. So that's a very awkward yet bountiful map. And it's got 2 natural expansions. Yeah, we've discussed this before. 2.5. There is 2 proper ones, and then there's this little patch in the middle. It's also got oil derricks in the ravines, and it's got anti-flanking comm centers. So, good layout. I think this map is made by I Like Men, right? Oh, this already has the Radadome cast. Cool. Wait, Demo Truck Health, what's that? Oh, okay, they got made super vulnerable and slower. Tiny cost up to 150 to 1500. That makes sense. Spy added skull icon. Okay, that was an easy way of discerning whether it's tiny or a spy. That's pretty useful. Mine health down. That's super useful for clearing out annoying minefields when you have detected them. MGG is deployable shroud. I really think the MGG isn't going to be made any more useful by that. Pair bombs coming from a single badger. That is just basically going to be baked into the main game as well. Yeah. MiG health 8,000 down from 10,000. They were already glass cannons. Oh, okay. That is a spicy take. Longbow anti-ground reload delay. Okay, so it doesn't burst as hard anymore. Yep, dog chew time down, so the dog can burst chew through engineers a lot faster now. Jump cells 3 to 2 from 2. Oh, that's a big one. Speaking of a big one, that is a big engagement. And it is going to be won by Yunano, simply by virtue of him doing nothing. And now he can push forward and try and shave off as much infantry as he can. Yeah, press the advantage. That's exactly what's happening here. He's pushing back Blackened, alright. Okay, and gets to take out the oil derrick now as well. Good. Excellent, excellent. Yep. Russian army approves. That is basically... Oh god. We're going to be talking about real life situation again. You know how very many people from Vladimir Putin's inner circle have had a very surprising sudden illness or sudden accidents. Yeah, that's probably gonna be 2 of these Blackened and Unano playing as Russian generals. That's not gonna do wonders for the life expectancy in the game here. Gems already harvested, so this is where the weird eco scaling comes in. Gem mines can now operate only at half the capacity after you've harvested the initial mines, and half the time the harvesters are just gonna sit by idly. It's such a weird pacing. And sometimes they just scoop up those little bits. It basically adds nothing to their fill counter. That's always kind of curious. Oh, the FCOMs. This is also basically the free expansion that are going to be taken on this map. So already an expansion established here for Yunano. It's a bit risky because you can snipe this fairly early on, but again, not if it's fortified. Tesla coil, radadome, and unpowered. Oh, we are gonna be seeing some tech, huh? Oh, that smells of tech. Soviet tech center inbound on 4 harvesters, no less. Okay! So I spoke too soon, I eat my words. We're gonna be seeing a lot of tech play today. And that's awesome! I love that. The only issue is we're gonna be seeing probably a flak Tesla ball, and that has got a very distinct vulnerability. It is very vulnerable to just infantry pushes. Okay, down goes the scout. Because Tesla tanks have a notoriously low rate of fire, and as such, they cannot really deal with those large infantry patches or large infantry dispatches. Blackened has got a sizable army himself. Is it shock troopers though? Because he's going... Yep, it is shockies. I mean, shockies again, they cost... 350, they're relatively expensive, and the Tesla tanks as well. This is an incredibly high maintenance army. This is an army that just costs a lot to maintain. Ooh, the overhead budget is going to be stretched a little thin here for Blackened. Okay. And I think the overall army size is still higher. Yeah, way higher for Yunano. By a metric ton. Yikes. Oh, good refocusing with the flame tower though. That is going to be an immediate dead forward command. Yikes. What is Blackened doing? Nothing. He's just letting it happen. He's just letting it happen here. Just eating it. Oh, an iron curtain to boot? Okay. He has basically built the entire tech tree up and down. And Unano should know that something is fishy, something's awry. Because this little scout here can't find shit. No mining operations, nothing. There's also a scout on the left-hand patch, so he just knows that there is basically a one-base play from Blackened. Ooh, this is gonna be nasty. Blackened also at this very time as we're speaking, running out of ore. Needs to relocate, reestablish his expansion lines. That's just mass flak truck from Unano. Curious choice. Against the Tesla tanks? I don't know. Oh, but the concave is gonna be so bad. This is gonna be forces overwhelming, and that's way before the Iron Curtain hits. Yeah, the Tesla tanks had no chance of kiting back here. Oh, this is already looking so bleak. GG. I feel Unano had an inkling that this was about to come. This is honestly the better army composition with the mobile flags. What the fuck? Yeah. That is not something you see every day. So, in terms of tech play, we're 1 for 1 now. Couldn't find your expo. Yeah, that was really smart from Unano. He didn't have an expo. The one expo, the free expo that Blackened had was sniped. And then for some reason, it was like, huh. My opponent hasn't built an expo. I have scouted all the patches on the map. Something's fishy. So he transitioned to mass mobile flags. That was the perfect counter here. Yeah. Econ graph. Let's check that. Ooh, yeah. That was stalling just a little too hard. Alright. With that puts Mr. Yunano up 2-1. And we're gonna be seeing each other in game number 4. Just a hot second.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
And for game number 4, we are back with a German mirror match this time around on Territorial. Never played the map. Let's take a look. Let's zoom out a little. Looks a bit similar in terms of the layout. It's got basically anti-StarCraft expansions. You know how in StarCraft you usually have your expansions providing safety because there's only so and so many ramps that your opponent can attack from. This is the exact opposite. You're nestled against this little mountain ridge if you want to expand, and that just makes you really exposed and makes it really hard to retreat. So OpenRA definitely a more forward-facing game than StarCraft 2. There we have it. And in terms of expansions, we're seeing one that can be snake walk to. If you really want to, you can semi-long distance mine by building a refinery here, but not the most efficient plan here. And 2 natural expansions, as well as nothing really to contest in the middle, save 2 oil derricks. Are we going to be seeing a standard build this time around? Yes, there are going to be double refineries. There is a pillbox queued up for Unano. Safety first. Blackened going for his signature medics. What a series. This has been really wild. A bit more wild than we'd bargained for, but that's what we're here. That's what we're here to see. Good hustle. Alright, engineers are claiming their derricks. Oh yeah, also I have installed the newest version of SP, and I'm good to go. All I need now are some good replays, because it's a bit annoying, a bit finicky. You always need the correct version to cast a replay, or to just display a replay. And most of the replays that have been sent to me up to this point are now at that point probably half a year old, so it's a bit annoying to get that to run properly. But still, we're getting there. I promise there's gonna be SP content in the future. I also really want to get into Company Heroes 3 as soon as that releases. Just getting a glimpse of the good old squad-based tactics. Ooh, engineer from Blackened is taking the derrick off of Yunano. Gets to almost sniff out the rocket soldiers though. That would be devastating. Nice kiting back here. Wait, why is Unano just sending in his forces one by one? If he loses the engineer to that, that would be hilarious. Good kiting back here. Ooh, that was so close. Yunano, you monster! Oh my goodness! That was sorry, Blackened, you monster. That was micro from Unano, but still. The fact that this was even allowed to happen is kind of hilarious. Only some scorched trees live to tell the tale. Ranger is out. For both players actually, so there's a 4 harvester economy coming in hot. Blackened is a little bit behind in the econ. Hey, don't copy my build orders, don't copy my mistakes. That is the 5 Aces trademark. The hell, what are you doing? All you need to do is rush a tech center now. Wait, he did that in game number 3. Okay. Yeah, relatively similar timings though. Nothing you can't overcome. With a couple good pushes and some good angles. Oil derrick getting blown up. But still, that was a nice little income boost for Blackened. Was nice while it lasted. Unano's Ranger taking a pummeling. You need to make sure not to overchase. This has always been a traditional mistake of mine. Keeping the Ranger alive until the mid-game and then just blowing it by overchasing. And chasing into a blob of rifles just longing to connect with the paper-thin armor. Okay, the good old classic wind-up toy build. We've got a Ranger and a light tank. Can sometimes be effective, but as soon as an MCV gets deployed, that is usually the end of the story. Ooh, this is a hell of a dead Ranger. And with that, there is going to be pressure onto Unano. Wait, has the situation been misread yet again? No. Good hit and run. Unano deploying the pillbox did not really give Blackened too much of a disadvantage here. He only lost like 2 rifles. And Unano is now forced to deploy in a really awkward spot. Okay. The expansion is being camped, though not properly just yet. He's waiting for the cavalry to arrive. Okay, this may be problematic. Another pillbox popping up just right in place where the first one came from. He's going for the power plants. Yeah. Oh, that's nasty. Army is coming in, closing the sack. And massive army advantage for Unano this time around. Oh, complete wipe. That was, I'm seeing a lot of 10s and 30s pop up in blue, and not a lot of 10s and 30s pop up in red. Oh, the entire army completely obliterated. There is nothing left here. Woo, the army graph is gonna be a wild roller coaster. It's like, what? I'm all fucked up. Yeah, that was really not the best display here. Ooh, lack of practice. I mean, Yunano is a good player, don't get me wrong. He's definitely always been someone who can stand their ground against the... go toe-to-toe with the best ones. GG! Alright, so, you know what that means. Unano is one of our finalists for RAGL Season 13. Congratulations. Congratulations also to Blackened, who definitely has had a good run over the course of this season, but just not enough for the finishing touches. I honestly would have placed him a little above Yunano for usually, but apparently, yeah, lack of practice can really take a toll on you. If you're an RTS player, you know. Just being inactive for a little. Right, so, you know what? That gives us some time. We're gonna, as a bonus, I'm gonna add my highlighted game against my students. Alright, so congratulations to both Unano and Blackened, and we're gonna be seeing each other in 1v5 or 1v6 or whatever. Right? See you in a sec.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Alright, welcome to this dumpster fire of a game. So, I've had 6 players who I'd been playing against in... yeah, they all just use their own nicknames. The only one who may be recognizable is Kevin, and that's just Kevin, you know. And I had to first find a map that was even suitable for whatever the hell we were doing there. So I chose Chaos Canyon, which is one of the pre-installed ones, because I didn't really have any massive multiplayer maps, and you can see their line of sight. They're left in the dark about my starting position. I also needed something with a lot of ore, so the other option would have been Ore Garden. I think that's what I chose for the second game. So you can see the builds. Fantastic eco placement, right? We're gonna be speeding this up, by the way. There is no way. Yeah, that is very efficient mining. That's peak efficiency there. Came with the 2 power plants and the long distance mining already going in hot. Coming out strong. There is Commander, who has not yet chosen to build an ore refinery. We're now 2 minutes deep. Yep. There is also Linus, who has not really built anything. Who is just sitting here chilling. At least Die Feuerstein has gotten his stuff sorted out. I think Luke was the player who did... Luke and Linus knew a little bit of what they were doing. No, wait, Linus was here. No, that was definitely not him. It was Luke and Commander, maybe? Anyway, you see, they're trying to scout at least Muhi is. Start speeding this up a little. Yeah, this was just me pestering him with 1 flak track. That's from the Fog of War, as you can see here. And I've been ranking up like crazy because they really chose just to sit around here. I think I got that thing up to Veterancy 4 or something. There's also a Radar Dome that has been built by Commander. Radar Dome, 2 Harvesters, no army. Yeah, you see why this game went the way it went, right? This team went the way of the dodo real fast. I just parked my flak truck there while simultaneously, you know, just macroing a little bit. Also, my own mining efficiency is top tier trash here. Just putting it out there. That was the first assault run that they had on my base. They didn't have the flame tower queued up just yet because I was busy, you know, pestering them with the flak truck. So I lost a power plant, and at that stage they were like, I killed something! I killed something of his! Yeah, we got him! Oh wait, my army is dead. And then the other guy had only just realized what was going on in his base. I was like, oh, they're shooting for the Fog of War. Yeah, let's speed this up a little. And that was already the game-ending push. 2 tanks, 2 little dispatches, 1 flak track, that was about it. All I needed. This guy didn't have any rocket soldiers, he just had flak trucks and rifles. Commander definitely great army composition, taking a leaf out of, or taking a page out of Yunano's book from game number 3. So all I needed to do here is push in a little. There was nothing in the way of stopping my tanks. I could have gone a crushing spree, so player number 1 was down. And meanwhile, what did the other players do? One of them had, Kevin had tech center plus 8 mass APCs on 1 harvester. I mean, Luke had a tech center, he had built some base defenses and some V2 rocket launchers, so he had done something. That was game over for player 1 already. Then I started pushing in onto the other player, and he was like, that's so unfair, I cannot build anything anymore. That's some bullshit hacks right there. Yeah, it's because he lost his power plant. Then player number 3 was shortly to follow. Linus and D. Feuerstein didn't have anything left up. Here I had just a spy plane running. And you see, this guy at least, so Luke definitely the one with the most knowledge here, because he was the one who expanded. And then I just had a couple mixed strikes ready, dispatch of all the power, and then there was mammoths and flavors from there on out, and that was an easy one. Yeah, you can see just the econ graph. Looking at it, earnings tells the tale of this game. And game number 2 was very similar, so I don't think we're going to be bothering with that too much. I can maybe go through it in super fast mode. Again, we had random spawns. Neither of them bothered scouting, so I just started capturing Luke's base for funsies, because he didn't know how to deal with the engineer, so he was dead in a matter of seconds. Then pushing in onto the Feuerstein. That's basically it. At that point that was a tier 3, and they all were super defensive. Commander had at least expanded, so he had done something. Then this player was down, then I just chrono shifted something. Oh yeah, I chrono shifted a Conyard somewhere. Then that was easy pickings from there. There was 1 player left. I spy locked him into oblivion, and that was that. Oh yeah, no, I forgot about this guy. And then yeah, we just timed out. Alright, nothing more to say about this. Yeah, Master was the player who had been observing us. So yeah, pretty straightforward affair. So with that out of the way, congratulations again to Unano and Blackened, and especially Unano, who are gonna be seeing square off against the winner of Calvin Despero, which is wait. Calvin Gassius. Despero didn't even make it into the playoffs as far as I'm aware. So I'm gonna be hyped for that. And see you next week. Thank you for watching. 5 Aces out.
Battle control terminated.